Are you not getting massive amounts of turn? Is your consistency lacking? Do you simply not trust your bowling anymore? This video is perfect for you. For drill number 10, we'll be looking at our trusty old wrist flicks. Start off by flicking the ball by uncoiling your wrist with the seam angle pointing to your opposite shoulder. This is almost the same motion as opening some of those old wooden round doorknobs, just towards you. Looking to control the ball and catch it in your opposite hand nice and softly so you can feel the revs of the ball. Once you are comfortable with this, progress to flicking the ball upwards with the same motion, letting it bounce on the ground and turn over an imaginary line or physical line from the far end towards yourself. This time the line was formed by the help of our trusty golden ducks. Here we again focus on the control of the ball while trying to add an absolute truck ton of revs on the ball at the correct angle. Ripping it to number 9, we'll be looking at a progression that builds on the previous set of drills. Here we will go about halfway down the pitch and do underarm flicks at the stumps. The key points here are making sure to be nice and side on, at least a 45-degree angle, and work with your arm forwards while pulling your wrist to the opposite shoulder. And don't worry, these underarms will not cause any issues later on, as you're still working with the same wrist motion that you would have with your standard bowling action. Your goal as the bowler is to let the ball bounce on the leg side of the stumps and make a turn to the off side of the stumps. Snapping that wrist into number 8, we'll go slightly further down the track to about 3/4 pitch length and bowl from a standing stationary position. Doing this will completely isolate the top half of your body, allowing us to only focus on our arm and shoulder rotation through the ball. The same things apply as in drill number 9, where we will focus on our wrist position and release point pulling towards our opposite arm shoulder to get the revolutions at the correct angle on the ball. Make sure to elongate that front arm to buy enough time through the rotation to get your wrist working effectively. Striding into number 7, we'll be looking to bowl along the side net or any vertical structure. Here, we'll only be taking a single step into our bowling action the one way. The reason we don't work the opposite way as well is simply because leg spin can be a bit more round arm, which would be counterintuitive. When you work down the net, make sure to keep your body in a nice upright position, working forwards over your front foot to 180-degree rotation. The net simply enforces a good body position by preventing you from falling to the side.
Driving through into number 6, we'll go back to that 3/4 distance pitch position and bowl from a stand-in position. But this time, focus on the back leg drive and front foot pivot. Obviously, Zenon is not a leg spin bowler, but the whole purpose of this drill is to ensure that there's a slight delay between the top half of the body and the bottom half, allowing us to spend time on the front foot, complete our back leg drive, and truly enforce a slight front foot pivot. Again, with this, make sure to not rush it. Get comfortable and rip the ball as square as possible.
Now remember, guys, rip it and rip it.
Bounding into number 5, we'll finally head to a full pitch length, bounding and bowling. Bounding simply means the jump, so start in a stationary position. Only do our jump and complete our bowling action. With this drill, we add a little bit more forward momentum in the body, allowing us to complete the action that little bit quicker. But not that quickly that we completely start losing control, hopefully. As with every single drill in this video, make sure not to rush the action. Take your time and allow the wrist to do the work, working over to the side of the ball to add as many revs and as much control as possible. At number 4, we'll take a few steps back and walk in and bowl. With a small addition of a visual aid, add a single cone to your non-bowling hand. This cone will help as a visual aid to help you see what your front arm is doing through your action, basically keeping you accountable. Walk in and complete your action as best you can, focusing on the front arm going up and forward towards your target, and upon finishing your action, that front arm working fully back to its completion point. And obviously, while doing all of this, we want to make sure that we are keeping all the stuff we worked on in the previous drill in the back of our mind. Balancing through to number 3, here we'll use the help of an aid. Any raised, unstable surface. Using it for the back foot, you'll be lifting up your front foot, keeping your balance for a second, and then completing your action. By doing this, we ensure a good balance check, as well as get the feeling of working over that front foot at a more snappier pace, basically completing the action more easily and getting us used to that feeling. Using it for the front foot, we'll simply look to push hard over that front foot, generate as much height as possible and work over the higher point to complete our action. This forces us to get that extra height and slow down our action. Even Zendon managed to get ridiculous turn with this drill, and if he can, so can you. Pivoting to drill number 2. Pivot! Pivot! We'll use some cones to form 2 lines. Working through the line, simply focus on 2 things: the 180-degree rotation to our follow through and the front foot pivot. That's simply that. You can do this with your run up or just walking a ball. The cones are only there to help you visually see if you're over or under rotating through your action.
And finally, completing with number 1, we'll do our consistency check. You'll need a friend with 6 cones or visual aids. Bowl an over and let your friend place a cone where the ball bounces for each of those 6 deliveries. This pitch map will show you your current level of consistency, as well as serve as a benchmark to see your future improvements. You can do as many overs of this as possible to see if your consistency improves over time.
Thank you all for watching this video. We hoped you liked it. A massive thank you to all our members who make these videos possible. And if you want to learn how to bowl a googly, check this video out over here.